let's talk about CT. Today, I've got interesting facts about Connecticut coming up right now. Hi and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Barbara Nati and I'm a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services right here in Southington, Connecticut. So today I've got some interesting facts about Connecticut that you might not have heard before. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end. So with Connecticut being one of the original 13 colonies, we are an older state, so we should have a lot of firsts. Today we're going to start off with 5 firsts for Connecticut. These are some facts that I found to be pretty cool and I hope you do too. First up is the helicopter. The helicopter was created right here in Stamford, Connecticut by Igor Sikorsky, and he first took flight in his VS-300 Sikorsky aircraft on September 14th, 1939. Connecticut is home to the first phone book. Now obsolete and kind of annoying when you come home to see a phone book sitting on your doorstep that was unsolicited. Back then, there was only 50 names listed in the first phone book. The first phone book was issued in New Haven on February 21st, 1878 on a single piece of cardboard. The 50 names included individuals and businesses. Next up, the first speed limit. So I have gotten a lot of comments on some of my videos about how Connecticut is boring. And what's more boring than setting speed limits? Of course, Connecticut had to be the first state to do so. Our first speed limit was set back in 1901 and it was for only 12 miles an hour. That's pretty boring. Next up, not so boring, Connecticut is home to the first hamburger. Lou's Lunch in New Haven has been serving hamburgers since 1895. Back in 1895, a customer who was in a hurry asked for lunch that he could eat on the go, and the hamburger was born. Although the birthplace of the hamburger has been disputed, the Library of Congress did recognize Lou's Lunch as creating the first hamburger back in 2000. And last up for our first is the first nuclear sub. The USS Nautilus ran on nuclear power and was commissioned on September 30th, 1954. It was first launched into the Thames River in Groton. And after almost 500,000 miles, it was decommissioned on March 3rd, 1980. But the cool thing is that sub has been on exhibit at the Submarine Force Library and Museum in Groton, Connecticut since 1986. It's still open today if you want to go and check it out. Now, unfortunately, due to COVID recently, they have not been doing tours, but when they were available, they were open to the public and free of charge. Okay, on to some more interesting facts. Did you know that the Pez Candy Company is right here in Orange, Connecticut? Back in 1973, the U.S. Pez location grew so much they decided to start manufacturing Pez domestically and built a warehouse and manufacturing facility in Orange, Connecticut. Pez dispenser collecting became so popular back in the 90s that in 1991 they had their first collectors convention in Ohio. Now, I don't know that I would go to a Pez collectors convention, but I certainly would go for a tour of their facility. And back in 2011, they opened up their 4,000 square foot facility to the public. The facility offers all things Pez. You can shop, check out the production process through the viewing area, and of course, browse all of the Pez memorabilia. Did you know that in Connecticut there is no county government? Connecticut, as well as our neighbor Rhode Island, do have counties, but they are only geographic. They are not political. Here in Connecticut, we don't have titles like county clerk or sheriff, and we don't have a county courthouse. We have state police and town or city police departments. We do have 8 counties, but you'll only use those to locate places on a map. Okay, lastly, let's talk about some famous people that are from right here in Connecticut. First up, author Mark Twain. Although not originally from Connecticut, Twain moved to Hartford back in 1871 to be closer to his publisher in Hartford. He then bought land and lived in the famous Mark Twain house from 1874 to 1891. In 1974, the house opened as a museum that can still be visited today. Actress Meg Ryan was born here in Fairfield, Connecticut. NBA player Marcus Camby was born in Hartford, Connecticut. MLB pitcher Rob Dibble was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and later graduated from Southington High School. And last but not least, our new U.S. Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona, was born right here in Meriden, Connecticut. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And here's another video that you might also be interested in. Don't forget to subscribe and make it a great home selling environment.